Big cooks. I think they're recording now.
That was all live. This was even funnier. Oh, shit. They are recording now. Welcome to the first weekly wrap of the year. EPL season kicks off. John's laptop is blown up. Gen was cracking up. What happened is we had a setback, man. John went to turn his laptop on and it blew up, so now he's on his phone. So
On my phone, laptop's dead.
he's on his phone, sitting on the floor, so bear with him. But we will fix that laptop, don't worry. Gen was laughing. No surprises, but Real Madrid was a surprise. Again, Will says. Yeah, there was a surprise, but no surprises. I didn't think many surprises in the EPL, but we're going to get into them. Any thoughts before we look at the results, man? What's your thoughts of the round?
No, it's really good to have the EPL back. I think it's a good football we've seen so far, and I guess we'll recap on all the games that happened.
We can. Gen will. No surprises. That's what we said. Put it in the thumbnail. I thought there was no surprises. That's why I made the thumbnail like that. But we'll bring up the results. Listen, obviously we can start with our beloved Manchester United since it was the opening game. Man United 1-0, late goal, new signing Joshua Zirkzee. Man, clean sheet. We didn't concede like 20 shots like we were doing last year. And we won. Like last year we were conceding at least, I think they were saying average was like 20 shots per game. And I think we had 9 shots against us or something, which is pretty good. And I think we dominated. I think we could have. Bruno missed 2. He was playing number 9. And I mean, Casemiro put 1 through to him that he should have. That was like he missed 2 sitters. Mount missed a sitter. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, they maybe could have had a goal, but I think we should have had 4. Like we really. Xerxes took his chance, got his first appearance, and it was a good finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game to watch. Good opener to the EPL. I think both teams played pretty well. I think Man United did deserve it in the end. But Fulham didn't play all too bad. They had opportunities as well. It was really end-to-end sort of game. But I do believe Man United had the better chances. Like you said, I think Fernandes should have had at least 2 or 1 at least. Obviously, Garnacho missed the open net at the end. But, look, it was a more improved first game of the year for Man United than last year when we played Wolves. So I think we played last year. That first game we were terrible and we were lucky to get the win. But I think we deserved the win here against Fulham, even though Fulham played some decent stuff. I know Marco Silva was saying after the game he was very disappointed that they didn't get anything out of this game. So, yeah, look, it's always the first game. It's good to get that, out the way, and it's good to get the board 3 points. And like you said, the debutant Xerxes gets a goal, which is always good for his confidence. The right back, Mazwari, played very well as well.
He played well, man. He played well.
Yeah. So, De Ligt got a moment as well off the bench. Look, I think Ten Hag will be happy he got the result, and, they played some decent stuff.
Dare I say, I think De Ligt will probably start next game. I think Mazraoui played well, man.
Maguire played all right, though, you know what I mean? He didn't play bad, but I know he'll probably lose the spot to De Ligt, but he didn't play too bad.
I think he played all right, but I just think the glaring thing when he plays is we are 10 yards further back. I think once De Ligt's there, we'll be on the halfway line, because Mazraoui and Delo were pressing like they had Ferdinand and Vidic there. But they only had Martinez who plays that game, and Maguire, he obviously doesn't have the pace, but I agree, he did play well. Reborn says Garnacho nearly hit the corner flag. That was bad. But
yeah, cuffed it big time.
He set up the goal, though. He came off the bench, set up the goal. I don't know. It's Man United fans are a weird bunch, man. I don't like some of the big channels, still just ripping into Casemiro, and I thought he played well, ripping Rashford. I mean, if Garnacho could finish, he should have had an assist. I don't like. It's the first game. Every team was rusty, so.
I thought Casemiro played all right.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I don't know what everyone's. If we can have that Casemiro and just like you said, rest him in Europa and shit, I got no problems with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You probably can't play 2 games a week now. Just maybe the one a week.
So. But I think even the commentator, I can't remember what it was. He said what I was saying to you last week. He goes, Casemiro looks trimmer this year. He goes, maybe playing centre back last year because he's a midfielder. Playing centre back, and this is no offense to any centre backs, but when you play centre back, after the game you haven't done as much running as in the midfield. I'm telling you that's factual. And it probably took an effect on him. He's so used to being a midfielder, playing centre back. He might have lost his legs because of that, because of fitness wise. So I think he'll be right. Whatever, they're talking about another bid for Branthwaite and Ugarte today, but. Whatever. Apparently, Fulham are in for McTominay. So,
I'd be surprised if we get another centre back. Surely,
I don't think. I just think it's because Everton are done. I think they're going to get hit with FFP again. They have to sell, and their new stadium's coming next year. And man, after watching them on the weekend, I'd like to change my tips, man. I think Everton are done. They're bad. They're bad, man.
Do you have them in the top 10?
I think I didn't have him. I had him probably just above relegation. But I tell you, Everton fans, in my opinion, they're not going to be happy, man. They're getting a new stadium next year, and if they're not in the Premier League for that, mate. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think it was good for United. We've got Brighton next week, who we'll talk about that. A good win too. So, and then the big one with Liverpool the week after. But listen. First game, I watched most of the games. So many teams were rusty, and you see that, knowing that it's, first game of the season. So, but yeah.
And just on that, have you noticed any difference with the VAR? So they're going more on the decision of the refs now.
Yeah, I think it was better, except for that one, the Crystal Palace one. Did you see that? That was unbelievable.
No, I missed it.
Well, Eze had this free kick out wide. And everyone thought he was going to cross, and he cracked it. It would have been goal of the season. It went in, but because the ref blew his whistle before it went in the net, VAR can't intervene. That's the law. And this like goal of the season got disallowed for like nothing because it ended up wasn't a foul. Like on the VAR screen, it was whatever. But I agree. I do like how they're staying out of it a bit. I like that. But yeah, so whatever. But yeah, let's go to the next one. So I guess we do the eternal rivals, man. We both tipped them to lose, but they didn't. Ipswich 0, Liverpool 2. But I did say this to Reborn. I said, listen, I tipped Liverpool to lose. I go, but I made Mohamed Salah my captain in FPL. So what does that really tell you? But listen, Liverpool, they didn't play good first half. I did the watch along for it. You were probably watching it at work. But second half, they played really well. They were terrible first half. But whatever Slot did second half, and Mohamed Salah, man, he broke Rooney's record. I think it was Rooney, Shearer, for most opening day goals in the Premier League. So, I know he's the rival in that, but what an achievement, bro. The goals he's scored, like, he's broken records. He just keeps going, man. He just keeps on keeping on. Everyone's like, we were saying it last week, like, would you have taken the money for him? But man, I don't know, would you? Like, how do you replace that? Like, he's so effective.
Yeah, I mean, when he was played at Chelsea and then he left, and then when Liverpool bought Salah back in the day, I thought, that's a very underwhelming signing.
I know.
You know what I mean? Mo Salah. But tell you what, man, he's made Liverpool and him have been a perfect fit, really. So, look, he's be up there in the superstars of the EPL.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's still looking pretty good. He shaved his head now, looking sharp. So, he's obviously not as quick as he was.
But he's still just his... Yeah.
He's still lethal. So, look, you keep him fit, Liverpool could have a really good season.
It's funny how you said it, like they signed him. It's arguable, man, that he, was that cherry on top, that he made Liverpool relevant, didn't he, for like, whatever, the past 7 years. He's been that good. Like, he's no discredit to the rest of their players, but like, he's been unbelievable for them. But yeah. Listen, they got the job done. Ipswich got Man City next week. Yeah. I know that they were trying to play.
Like you said, Ipswich played pretty good in the first half, man. They played really well. Liverpool just took it up a gear in the second half and, just took control of the game.
I don't know about you, but a mistake at the back is coming for Ipswich. Like a big... the way they play out, like they're trying to play... I don't think they realise the pressure of... like pressing-wise of Premier League compared to Championship, because they were trying to play out from their 6-yard box when there was 3 Liverpool players there. I'm like, these guys... that's not going to happen against City, I don't think. Like, Haaland and that are going to go... They press like animals, so... Yeah, I don't know, but Reborn says baptism of fire for Ipswich. It was funny, man. I liked it. Like, they had, obviously, they had Ed Sheeran there. He's like their number 1 ticket holder. They're like getting into it that they're back, which is good to see them back. But Genwell says, just want to say one thing. You could use the money now. We offered you Everton. About Branthwaite, yeah? Yeah.
I don't think he played on the weekend, so...
I don't think he did either. I think... yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about them. They don't look good. But yeah, listen, Liverpool keep on just being Liverpool. I think all the people that were saying it's a 2-horse race, like I know it's only round 1, but man, I don't know how you count that Liverpool team out. I know it's a new manager and that, and we're hoping that they don't do well. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, on to the next one. Next one, we'll talk about the other big dogs. Arsenal, mine and John's tip for the title, 2, Wolves 0.
Yeah, I watched this one live at work. The first half was all Arsenal, to be brutally honest. They played really well.
What about that? You're a goalkeeper. That save that Raya made when they were 1-0 up was next level, bro. He was like back. I don't know where he pulled that from.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend at work. We were watching it together. We were saying, wow, I didn't know Raya was such a good keeper. I thought Ramsdale was a bit stiff losing his position to him, but no, he's a really good keeper. But Yeah, I mean, credit to Wolves, man. The second half looks like Arsenal didn't really come out of the change rooms there for a while. It was all Wolves for a bit, and they just couldn't be clinical. They weren't good enough to just get that clear opportunity on goal, but they were playing some good stuff in that second half, just not good enough. I think Arsenal got the second in the second half, I believe. Yeah, so look, they put it to bed. For Arsenal, they did it. Did it pretty easily in the end, but they did take the foot off the gas at the start of that second half. But they look pretty good, man. Havertz looked dangerous. Odegaard was pretty quiet for me, but Saka looks really good, man. He's a gun.
Man. He's a gun.
Saliba is such a good defender back there as well, man. So they've got a pretty good team, man. Looking at it, Rice, he played all right. So look, they've got a good all-round team. They're starting to have a lot of quality on the bench. When we look at their bench compared to United's bench, you can tell there's a gap in quality there. So
you can tell that they're ahead of us in their rebuild. They're 5 years ahead of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, and they've done it really smart too. So easy 3 points for Arsenal in the end. I was impressed with their first half, and the second half, they just pretty much walked it in. So
it's funny watching them. They went and signed Gagliafiori, like we're talking about, and they got Saliba, Gabriel, who were the best defensive partnership last year. They got Drury and Timber back and Gagliafiori. They got a wicked bunch of centre-backs there to pick from, man. So
I don't even think Gagliafiori came on.
I don't even think he played. But that's what I mean. They got like a wicked bunch of players. But I'll read a few of these. Learned is in the chat, talking about some crazy stuff like he always does. Little Sparky says hello. Zakal says hello. Hey, Zakal. Listen, I think Arsenal look good. I think, it's, I don't know, like it's hard, man. Round one's hard. Like, it's
a marathon,
It's like I saw people, like I saw some of the ex-United players like bagging United, saying, "Oh, they should be putting Fulham to the sword," and I'm like, man, Fulham beat Arsenal home and away last year. Like, it's a tough league. Like, you don't just because they're Fulham go smack them, you know what I mean? Just because they're Wolves doesn't mean Arsenal goes and wins 5-0. But, like, they think
it's like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where you get a home game like that, you expected 3 or 4-0,
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like that anymore, you know what I mean? I can't even see Man City smashing Fulham for 4-0. So,
nah. It cracks me up, like, these guys, they're ex-players, like, and they get paid so much to be pundits, and you think, man, fuck, some of the shit you guys say is stupidity. But anyway, Lazarus says hello. How you going, Laz? He was upset about the Crows thing in my live chat, the Dan Houston thing. He's not happy.
Yeah, changed the game.
I told him, listen, no one's happy about it. So on to the next one. Results. The one I was talking about, Everton at home. They want to send Goodison off on a good note, but at home gets spanked 3-0 by Brighton. Ex-Man United player Ashley Young gets sent off for one of the dumbest red cards. Like, man, you had a good career. Why is that guy still playing? Like, seriously, he was crap 5 years ago.
I think they were already down 2 or 3-0 when it happened.
They were 2-0, I think 2-0, and then he did. It was dumbest. She was so bad.
Well, I was only watching this game through Goal Rush, but at the start,
me too.
They were showing Everton highlights. I'm like, oh wow, Everton are making some good chances, but then didn't see Everton at all after. It was just all Brighton goal. So yeah, look, I'm not sure who's the coach of Brighton now.
He is the. Sorry, we didn't talk about that. He's the youngest coach in Premier League history. So you want me to tell you, he's born in 1993. He's 31 years old.
Wow, he's younger than us.
Dude, he's almost 10 years younger than us. Like,
there's probably players in there older than him.
James Milner made his debut. He plays for Brighton, like, because he's our age. Like, when the guy was like 15, like he was 9 years old or something, and Milner made his debut.
Wow, 31 years old manager.
Yeah, 31, man. Yeah, I've never heard of him. I don't even know the name. I can't even say it off the top of my head because he's.
Good on him. Well, there you go.
Good on him. 100%.
You don't normally see many managers in their 30s, but So look, Brighton. yeah, they keep producing a good team, man. You know what I mean? Like they lose players.
Yeah.
I mean that João Pedro, I didn't realize how big that player was.
He's tall, eh? He's like tall, isn't
He's
he?
tall, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of your ex lads.
He's a wonder kid for years at Watford.
Yeah, Matomba. He's always a
He's
good player
good,
for
man.
them.
He's good.
And he's back for them. Scored a goal, I believe. Welbeck. How's Danny Welbeck still doing it, man?
But listen, Danny Welbeck's always been quality player, man.
Yeah, kind of, wonder if we just kept him for his whole career. But it is what it is. He's,
he's good.
Getting first team football still at his age and still scoring goals for Brighton.
The other winger's good too. Adringa or whatever his name is. He set up and scored. He's champion as well.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, Brighton. I didn't really pick them to get anywhere top 6 and stuff. Obviously, it's still early and it's Everton and stuff like that. But great start to them. And they top of the ladder, I believe, 3-0.
Yeah. Well, we all know that they're going to lose next week. But Genwell says, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of surprised that Xerxes was taller than Euro and De Ligt. Yeah, me and John were saying that a couple of weeks ago when we first saw him. He's a unit. Like. And the good thing about that is, what I like about that is the people that Ten Hag's brought in this year, Euro, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Xerxes, they're all monsters, which we've been a small team recently, and they're big boys, which is good, yeah, in regards to that. But on to the next one. This one it wasn't a shock result, but it ended up being a shock because of the Newcastle red card, but they saw out the game 1-0. It was 0-0. They got a red card. Shard. Listen, the guy played for it, but it was stupid. He put his head towards him, and he got played so hard. But then they scored, and they held on to 1-0 with 10 men. So I don't know. Does that mean it's going to be a hard year for Southampton? They couldn't get a goal against 10 men. I don't know. Listen, I think Newcastle's going to be better this year. No Europe. Joel Linton's back. He scored. They didn't play much last year. He was man of the match, I think. Like Isak's. Fuck, I'd love to have Isak. He's wicked.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, that player did play for it. Isaac. Yeah. Shard didn't do the headbutt motion. He just sort of, leaned
like
in.
When he got played.
Yeah, he just dropped to the floor. But, you make the umpire make a decision like that. What is he supposed to do? So
exactly.
But, yeah, they were good enough to keep a clean sheet and score a goal. So credit goes to Newcastle there. When I saw that red card, I'm like, oh, jeepers, this is a good chance for Southampton here. But they didn't capitalise on that. And it was early on,
I thought your boys were going to come in and win, man.
It was early on, I believe. It was about in the half-hour mark.
Oh, it was heaps early. Yeah, real early.
So, yeah, look, Newcastle, good result in the end because, it's tough going down to 10 men and, they'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, they look good. They got Tonali back this year as well. Yeah, I don't know. They've got to replace that left back. Dan Burns still playing. Like when they're the richest club in the world is beyond me. But some of the other players, like
centre back.
He was playing left back last year. I don't know where he's playing this year, but Trippier was on the bench, which is I don't know what's going on there. He's the captain. That's a bit.
He had a good year last year too.
Yeah, he's not bad. So, but yeah, they got Joel Linton back, Tonali. So they got 2 midfielders back. And like I said, Isak's good. I think they'll be all right. But yeah, they did well to hold it off. Feel sorry for Saints, but what can do? I'm glad I didn't pick Trippier again. Will says in FPL, and Reborn says Brighton have also got that Paraguayan lad, and Ciso. He's class on his day. Yeah, he's good too. Yeah. All right, on to the next one. This was the last game of that round. Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 1. So,
was this a late equaliser from Bournemouth? Was it?
Yeah, and they had one disallowed as well. I only saw this on like highlights and that. It looked like it was pretty even game, but like I think we were saying it that last week, like. Bournemouth have got to replace Solanke now, who scored 20 goals last year. Where they're going to do that from? Uh,
Tough
I
for a
don't
team
know.
like that to
Yeah.
replace a player like that. Yeah. So, but you take it. A point from Bournemouth's perspective. You're away from home. Take a point away from Forest first game of the season. I think
Oh
that's a
yeah, I'm
decent.
definitely happier if I'm Bournemouth, 100%.
I think Nottingham Forest will be definitely disappointing. Going up 1-0 and letting it slip at the end. So it's important for these type of clubs to have a good start. You know what I mean? If you start the
Oh
trend
yeah.
early of losses and stuff like that, it could spiral out of control early on for these teams. So, of course, Bournemouth will go away to happier team, but yeah, Forest will be feel like they missed out on 3 points for sure.
Well, there's talks of Everton getting deducted more points, Leicester getting deducted points. I think Nottingham Forest, there's talks of them losing some more points. Obviously, the big elephant in the room, Man City, can do whatever they want and not get deducted points. But
So apparently we'll know by Christmas with Man City.
that's what
Apparently,
they're saying. Well, if they turn around and deduct other teams again before they do something about Man City, that'll be a farce, man. That'll be a joke. So they have to do it, I think.
going to make headlines either way.
Because it's probably going to be nothing. It's probably going to be the biggest slap on the wrist we've ever seen. But I hope not. I hope not. But that can lead us on to the next day, the one we're talking about. Brentford got the chocolates at home. Ivan Toney was not in the squad because of transfer interest, let's say.
Really?
So he got dropped, yeah. So it was 2-1. Like I said, Crystal Palace got dogged out of a goal. Like everyone said, I was watching today on the weekly wrap thing, Jermaine Defoe and all that was saying, listen, it was, even the ref, Chris Foy was on there and he was like, listen, he should have waited to blow the whistle because it was a goal, but because he blew the whistle, that's the law. So Eze got dogged out of, could have been, it was a cracker goal. But listen, Brentford and Buemo, without Tony there again, he did well. They'll be loving that, getting the points at home. Against Palace, who were real good last year. So
Yeah, I mean, Palace came home last year, one of the informed teams of the league. They were in the top 5 in inform, I think, in the last few weeks. So, Noah Lisi now is different as well. For them, there'll be a different dynamic. But yeah, look, I didn't realise Tony wasn't playing in this match, and they still got
yeah, I didn't know till the start. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a big win for Brentford to start their year off with 3 points at home, So that's another team that want to get as many points as they can early on because they know they might be in that scrap down the bottom this year. So, look, big win for Brentford. And Palace, I still think they'll come good this year. They've got Eze in the team. They've got some other good players.
He played so good, man, Eze. What a player.
I can definitely see him, maybe spending one more year at Palace and then
Yeah.
So you can see him going to a big club, English player as well. So yeah, look, I want to check out this goal that you're talking about. I'll get on the highlights and have a look because I haven't seen the one that you're talking about.
It was funny, bro.
It does sound like a worldie, and it has to be 1 week of VAR stuff up every week, isn't it?
100%. 100%. Well, in talking about the Tony thing, so he's been left out because of transfer interest, whatever. Listen, I don't want to go off the bat and say it because in case he goes to Man United, but please tell me Ivan Toney's overrated. They're gone over. Look, they want 60 million. Listen. I'll put it into context for you. No, I don't think they will, but I'll put it into context for you. Man United in 2012 bought Robin van Persie so they could go win the league. They're saying, Arsenal, go buy Tony, he'll win you the league. If anyone tells me Ivan Toney can even lace Van Persie's boot, in the equivalence, fuck, man, he's not that good.
I think Brentford are worried now because he's out of contract next year, and if they don't get a good offer this summer, then he'll probably end up going for free at the end of the year. So I think they got to accept, maybe a $20-30 million bid from a club, man, to be honest. I can't see him getting anywhere over 30 million. I think anyone paying over 30 million is being taken for granted. And when it gets to January, if you're still at the club, they'll be lucky to get a fee for him because clubs will just wait 5 months. So what's the point?
100%,
so
100%.
Brentford want some money for him rather than none because they know he's not going to sign a contract. He's already said, I'm not going to sign on.
Yeah.
So they obviously didn't play him because they're scared of injuries. And, that's they're hoping for a bid, I suppose.
And like, listen, football fans, don't get me wrong. I say this all the time. Saying someone is overrated is not saying they're not good. He's good. I just think they make him out to be like he's one of the best strikers in the world when he's had one good season. I've seen him have one good season. Last year, he didn't score for like 15 games after he came back.
Mm.
You know, whereas we said, and people are like, oh, it's Brentford. What if he's in a good team? And we're saying Solanke scored 20 for Bournemouth. So, you know, like, I get it. He's good. But fuck, man, they're going on about him like he's next level.
Yeah, I'm not sure if United will get him because we've got Højlund and Xerxes now. So I honestly would be surprised if United get him. I would be. So
he's very similar profile to Xerxes anyway. So I don't know why you'd go for him. They're similar size, like, you know, they look like they both drop deep. You know, they look. I don't know.
We've almost got three options now. You know, either Højlund up front, Xerxes, or we play false nine with Fernandes now. So
that's right.
That will make it four options, and we can put Rashford up front. He can play there a little bit as well. So I can't see it happening for United. Maybe Arsenal, obviously not at Liverpool, not City. I can't see Tottenham getting him now because of Solanke. Maybe someone from abroad, but I just can't see those clubs getting him. Yeah,
definitely. Reborn says we should have had a second in the Ipswich game too. KP said it on the live. Was listen. When that Ipswich player, you're talking about the handball when he was already been booked. If that was against Man United, I would have been waxy lyrical, like going mad. That it should have been. That was 100% should have been. That was another fuck up by VAR. Reborn's right. That guy should have been sent off. And then I don't know if it's because it was Ipswich. They were like, let's leave him with 10 men so Liverpool don't smack him 6-0 or something. I'm not sure, but
the Reborn's a Liverpool fan, yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's upset.
Just a question at Reborn. What's is Darwin Núñez? That's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah, Darwin.
Yeah, so he's out of favour now. It's just Jota being put up front.
Well, he didn't pick Núñez or Gakpo. He didn't start them, and Gakpo was like, "What? Didn't he win the Golden Boot in the Euro? Like he didn't pick either of them."
Jota's a good player.
Yeah, Jota's good too.
Yeah. So,
but you got Gakpo and Núñez he had on the bench. So I don't know. Listen,
well, Gakpo came on. I don't know if Núñez came on.
I don't remember seeing him. Don't remember seeing Núñez. So, but while Reborn, if he heard that, gets back to us, this is a game. Listen, I only watched highlights. To be honest, it's not much of a surprise either because I mean Aston Villa finished 4th last year, but they went to West Ham and won.
Heard that well.
2-1, yeah. That's what I read and heard that they played well. So Lopetegui not off to a good start. But Emery
this is a good Aston Villa side, man.
Man.
This is probably the best Aston Villa side that's been in my time. I can't remember
except for the last time they were this good was when we won the treble. They finished 3rd. They were
okay.
And then with Martin O'Neill, they finished 5th, I think, like in the early 2000s, like a couple years in a row, 5th and 6th, like when they had, Gareth Barry and all that. They were good then as well. But this is probably better. You're probably right.
Yeah, from keeper to forward, man, that Bailey's a good player. Watkins, obviously. They've got a midfield now, Vanana as well in there. And even Mings plays well for him, man. You know what I mean? So it's... obviously, Martinez. Is it Martinez, the keeper?
Yeah, Martinez. Yeah,
he's a true leader of the comp, for them. So
he's good. He's good.
It's amazing job Emery's done there, and I thought this was a really tough game. West Ham away. Yeah. I think tough game to start off with, but they won. And I was listening to this game on the radio because I was at work, and it's actually on Australian radio EPL, so you can listen to Yeah, it's actually pretty good. 16:29 on the AM channel.
No, it's good.
Yeah, so now we're just raving on how good Villa was. I think West Ham got a penalty, and they did get themselves back into it. But Villa got the lead again. So, look, bad start for West Ham. You'd expect they'll get something out of this game at home. New manager. They've done some good transfer business, but they got overpowered by Villa.
Interesting stat: the two managers against each other, Lopetegui and Emery, are the last two managers. They won the Europa Cup with Sevilla.
Oh wow!
They're the last two managers to win. So they're obviously both good managers. But Reborn has answered your question, man. He says, I don't know if he'll play him. If anything, Gakpo should play on the left, Jota up top. Nunes needs some composure like he did for Uruguay. He just can't do it for us for some reason. Yeah, maybe it's the pressure of Liverpool, man. Liverpool is like, I consider Liverpool like United. Like, being the goalkeeper or being the number 9 for Liverpool, Man United there's pressure on you from everywhere. Like, there's pressure.
I don't think Darwin's old. I think he's mid-20s.
No, he's young. He's 24.
He's not. Yeah, so there's still plenty of time for him to develop. So, I mean, they were touting him to be like the next Cavani, really.
He's not.
I was just surprised. I was surprised.
Never be that.
I was just surprised to see Jota starting and not.
I agree. I was shocked Gakpo didn't start as well. But anyway, on to the next one. This is the one. Listen, I don't know how many weeks in a row we've set a record. How many weeks in a row to laugh at these guys? But Chelsea at home lose another game. Listen, they didn't actually play that bad. They really didn't. But
I just watched the mini match of this, by the way.
Yeah, but they lost 2-0. Like, Haaland keeps on doing Haaland things. Funniest thing is they sell their midfielder that won a Champions League with them to Man City, and then he scores. Brushes. So they sold. This is what cracked me up. They sold Kovacic to Man City to buy Caicedo and Fernandes for 200 million. Right? Who are the two players that Kovacic brushes off to score? He powers Caicedo out the way, hits for Fernandes, and then scores. And I'm like, well, there you fucking go, Chelsea. Like,
I thought Kovacic was a good player. Like, it's like he didn't get a proper run at Chelsea or something, man. I don't know what it was.
They're just stupid, man. Like,
Chelsea just don't know how to be stable. They're like the shiny new toy every week. Like, you know what I mean? They're just. I wouldn't be surprised if they go sign another 5 players in the next 10 days. You know? So that's how crazy Chelsea can be. So,
what sort of a dog act is it, right? Get rid of Conor Gallagher, whatever they've done to him. He hasn't even left yet, I don't think. He's a youth product, was club captain last year, and then because Reece James is injured, the captaincy to Enzo Fernandez. A 22-year-old, £110 million, like, that's been shit. Like, are you serious, man? Like,
he's almost floppable, really, for that.
And give him the captaincy, Maresca? Are you kidding me, bro? Like,
even Caicedo hasn't been the same since leaving.
Man, well. No way.
Look, I have to admit, Neto looked all right coming off the bench. They did have some chances at Chelsea. Jackson, I just do not rate that striker, man. I don't know. Do not rate.
I don't think he's a striker. I think when he was in Spain, he was playing on the wing. So
I think Chelsea might be the team that could buy Tony, to be fair. But look, City,
they're just good, aren't they?
They were more experienced, man. They were more composed. They were more lethal, more clinical. They had some more chances as well. So
they did.
Look, Chelsea look young and fast and just, a bit erratic, but it's just not coming together for him yet. Obviously, it's just the first game. We can't jump to conclusions, but it's a tough game to get the first game in City, I guess.
We can jump to conclusions if we want to.
But look, is it Maresca? Is that his name, the coach?
Maresca,
He's got a hell of a job to do, man.
Of course he does.
They've got such a huge squad, and they've got so many egos in that club. It's just unreal.
It's ridiculous. Well, Reborn just wrote, don't Chelsea have 45 players on the books? He's like, that's insane. 45 first-team players? That's ridiculous.
I think you can only bloody register 25 of them, unless some are under 21s in certain ways and stuff like that. So, I don't know, man. They got some good players, don't get me wrong, but they've just got too many players.
It's too much, many.
So, look, Pep outcoached him, outplayed him in the end. They had their moments, Chelsea, like you said, but they weren't good enough to win that game.
Listen, Genwell said this one as well. I didn't say this. I said about Gallagher. He goes, and this is true. It's not apparently Genwell. They've put Trevor Chalobah in the under-23s, so a youth product, until he gets sold. Like, you're not allowed to train with the first team till you get sold like that.
And he's a decent player, man.
Dude, he's better than Badashil and that already. Anyway, they went and bought all these centre-backs.
Actually a decent player.
Yeah. So, and then Genwell says, you won't lose anything for shitting on Chelsea, J. Crom. Shit. And then Genwell says, even in FM, if I buy a lot of players, but I play 30 at the most, he goes, like, how have they got 45 players? It's ridiculous. Like,
that's going to be
FM. You know how many meetings you'd be having in FM?
Oh, yeah. You just have unhappy next to all these people's names. It'd just be unhappy. You'd be having, like, people complaining about games all the time.
My captain would be talking to everyone, that's for sure.
Oh, jeez.
But, yeah. Anyway,
hey, look, first game, Chelsea will be just saying, okay, first game, get it out of the way, and let's... they need to right their wrongs quickly, really.
Exactly, they do. But, so that finishes the round isn't finished, so... We've got one more game tomorrow. Do you want to change your tip, man? Is Leicester Spurs?
No, I think Tottenham start season's pretty good lately. So I think Ange gets a good win tomorrow morning here in Australia. It's tomorrow morning. Look, I've got a couple Tottenham players in my EPL fantasy team. I've got Maddison because I think he starts the season's good as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see, really. Yeah. I was going to have Solanke, but I went Havertz and Haaland. Havertz was my captain.
I've got 3 up front. I'm playing 3-4-3 this week. I got Isak, Pedro, and Solanke. I think I didn't pick Haaland. I put Salah as captain.
I noticed you didn't go Haaland.
I don't know. I probably should have, but I don't know anything about. I don't really play FPL that often, so I just did it for Genwell and that, man. They wanted the league, so. But I got 50-something points so far, I think. So.
Not bad. I'm only on 63, so not bad.
Something like that. So I think I got 54. But anyway, let's look at some fixtures. It all starts off with us again, I think. We're the first game. Brighton, Man United. What's the tip, man? What's the score? Man United away to Brighton. We're not historically very good there, but...
No, and we seem to be, we're going to play them in a bit of form now, unfortunately. So they're coming off a good win, full of confidence. But I've got to back my boys, I'm going to take a 2-1 win.
Reborn's getting it back to us. He goes Brighton 2-1.
I don't blame him because, Brighton, they look good and... they're the home, got the home advantage as well.
You know what? I'm going to say, I reckon we're going to do 1-0 again. I can Man U 1-0. Go on 1-0.
I'll take it.
Take 1-0. And then that puts us on, that's results. Let's go to the next one. It'll be Crystal Palace at home after a loss to West Ham. So West Ham losing at home. They're going to go to Palace now.
I think Eze gets a goal and wins this. I'm going to go 1-0 Palace.
Yeah, I think Palace too. I think Palace could be I think West Ham lose 2-1 again, I reckon. I think Palace get on the board, which would be a rough start for West Ham, but I don't think West Ham will get relegated or anything. I just think they're going to find their way. All right, next one. Fulham at home to Leicester. It's a bit hard to tip because we haven't seen Leicester yet, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit impressed with Fulham. I think they got some good players in their squad, and they played some good football against us. So I'm going to go Fulham at home, 2-1.
Fulham home. I'm backing Fulham too. I think Fulham win. Yeah, 1-0. I reckon I'm going with Reeves 1-0. I got Fulham for a 1-0. All right, then Man City against Ipswich. Ipswich, man,
yeah,
baptism of fire. I know.
I mean, it would be good to see an upset here, but I doubt it, man. And I see City winning, maybe just 2-3-0, maybe 3-0.
Yeah. Reeves reckons City 4-0. Well, listen, in the new segment that I'm going to bring up right after we do these fixtures, City are going to be in one of the little multis, I reckon. But we've got a new segment coming up, guys. The multi of the week that we're going to give you at the end. So
the parlay of the week, however you want to say
whatever
it.
you want to call it, the parlay of the week. But it will be coming up.
Wonder what they say in England. I think it's something else.
I don't know. They might just bet. They just say punt, don't they? We're having a punt.
Well, we say multi. America say parlay, and I'm not sure.
Reborn? What do they call it when you like put 4 or 5 games together on a bet sheet in England? We call it multi bets. What do they call it over there? Let us know.
We're multi.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Not sure about England. But then your boys, the Saints, at home to Nottingham Forest.
My boys. Well, to be clear, this is the team I use in Football Manager.
Yeah, your boys in Football Manager. An acca, he says. An acca? What's an acca?
An acca?
No. But
well, England say something different to us as well, man. So
he put a question mark next to it. But okay, well, the weekly acca, man. An accumulator. Accumulator. So an acca for accumulator. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Accumulator. All right,
sorry, what was the game?
Saints, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, gee. I'm going to go to Saints. Win their first game, 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going Saints as well. Home, 1-0, I reckon. I'm being conservative. All right, to end that day, Spurs at home to Everton.
You know what? I think Everton get a draw somehow. I'm going to go 1-0.
You can't say that because you've put Spurs in your multi.
Oh, I have, yeah. No, 2-1 Tottenham. 2-1
Reborn says Spurs 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going with Reborn.
Oh, shit. All right, next one. Villa at home. They won this game last year. It's massive. Villa at home to Arsenal.
Oh, wow. I'm going 2-2 draw. Big thriller.
Sure, you know what? Last year when they beat them, they actually got lucky. I got this feeling Arsenal go to Villa Park and win.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah. I just think the way Villa play that high line, Saka, man, the kid's unbelievable. I don't know. But listen, it could go anywhere, that game. I just got this feeling.
Tough game.
Yeah, man. All right, then. Bournemouth at home to Newcastle.
Sorry, I think I've got to go Newcastle. I want an upset to happen, but that impressed me, that 1-0 win with a red card. So, yeah, 2-1 Geordies.
I'm going 2-0 Newcastle, I reckon. 2-0. Then that takes us on to the last game of the round. Liverpool at Anfield. First game of Anfield of the year versus Brentford.
Yeah, I think Liverpool win comfortably here at home.
Reborn. Did you hear that, Reborn?
Yeah, I think 2-0 Liverpool here.
Yeah, I think Liverpool do them, eh? I think Liverpool do them good. All right, in saying that, that's the show, guys. Reborn says Liverpool 9-0. But we'll bring up this little graphic. Multi of the week. This is a brand new graphic. Look at that. Multi of the week. It all just came in good. And
I can't see it because I'm on my phone.
Doesn't matter. Multi of the week. So what me and John are going to do is we're going to pick 2 results each, put them into a 4-leg multi every week. And yeah.
What's the odds on that one?
Hey, I don't know what the odds are. Yeah, I'd have to look at it. I'll put the odds in the Discord of the actual bet, but we're being conservative this week. So the first 2 are John has picked Spurs to beat Everton and Liverpool to win. And then they're going to go into, I reckon, Man City by 2 or more. I'm tipping Man City 2 or more and Fulham to win at home. They're my 2 bets. So, listen, I reckon we win. I reckon we get that. I don't know what you get on it. Put $10 on it. You get something back. Go to the pub and have a few beers.
Yeah, that's it. Fish and chips for free.
When we get into it a bit more next week, you'll start seeing some outlandish chips. Don't worry. But Damn says Johnny G's 10K in 100K bets.
I reckon I can get to 10K and 100K bets, man.
I reckon we could do that. Hey, tell you what, there was a few when we did it. We got to like bet 6 and shit like that. We were doing all right, but listen, That's why we've been conservative, damn. But that comment, I'll just let you enter. That's why we're being conservative. That's why we're being conservative. You know what I mean? I don't mind them, man. Listen, Spurs, Liverpool, Man City by 2 or more, and Fulham. I think it's a good bet. I actually do think I think it's a nice little bet. Won't be massive odds, but you get something back for it.
That's it.
But in saying that, any final thoughts, man?
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch United at Saturday night. It's a good time here in Australia. It's 9 p.m. So yeah, bring on the 9 o'clock games, man.
I will try do a watch along. I don't know if John's working or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm at work.
If I can, I'll do it. But I'm telling you, it's the week after the Sunday night, Man U Liverpool. It's 12:30 here Sunday night. I think there will definitely be a watch along for Man U Liverpool. So the following week, we'll definitely do that. And I'll do my best on Saturday. It's hard for me a bit sometimes after soccer and that, but I'll see what I can do. Damn says Forza Leeds. Damn, this is a Premier League show.
And now next week I'm spewing because Crows are playing at the same time that Man United will be playing. So I'll have multi-screens going on.
Because we're playing Sydney, aren't they?
Yeah, we're playing Sydney on Saturday night at 7 and Man United's at 9. So
well, that happened this week. That's what happened this week.
Yeah.
But it was obviously not Man United playing. It was Liverpool, but
both my boys at the same time.
Listen, Crows, just get a good draft pick or something. I don't know, do fuck something.
We got pick 4, man. We got pick 4.
Yeah, well, that's what we got to do. We got to be like, just say now that we're happy that we lost to Port because we get a better draft pick, and just make out we don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn! How dare you, Dan? Damn! He said Leeds over Manpoo. That's unbelievable.
Leeds aren't even in our league, brother.
I know, man. You know what I mean? Like
Leeds haven't got a win yet in the championship. They got a 2 draws, I think.
The last thing that Leeds did that was significant was when they sacked Brian Clough after 90 days. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't done anything significant since then. So.
Oh, shit.
No, they lost to Middlesbrough 3-0.
I think that was a cup game, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, both their league games have been draws, I believe. Mm.
You know what? I know it's a Premier League show, but I know they drew 1-1. Genwell was talking about it. I want to sign off on this. This Real Madrid team that they've built is unbelievable.
Mm.
I saw Mbappe in the Super Cup. They got Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. Fuck, man, the team's unbelievable, bro. Modric is still there.
Yeah, we all know about the offer from Saudi Arabia to Vinicius Jr., the $1 billion contract. That's crazy, man.
Well, we spoke about it here, man. What do you do if you're Vinicius? Do you say, like, fuck, it's... Yeah.
I think it's a few $1 million a week. I think that's his pay a week.
That's
a few million a week.
Bro. And that's tax-free.
Yeah.
You know? I know. Dan says if you're not first, you're last. That's said like a true Crows fan.
What about 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th?
Well, in AFL, Dan, that's not true because, Brisbane finished 2nd like 3 years in a row and won 3 flags. So
we just all hate Dan Houston. That's what we hate.
We all hate Dan Houston. You know what? Listen, Laz that comes in the chat, he came on and I hadn't seen it because I was doing the watch along and I said, listen, I'll bring it up on my mobile. And I've even spoke to Chris about it. There was a thug act because I was saying to Chris, I said, whether it's my team, whoever's team it is, if you go to hip and shoulder someone when they're front on, it's not just about the damage you can do concussion-wise. You can puncture lungs. You can do all sorts of damage going front on with a hip. So, listen, I know, and all the Port fans, this is the sad part. The Port fans, their rebuttal straight away was, but Rankin did it 4 weeks ago. That makes no difference. Just because he did something bad, it doesn't mean it's okay for someone else to go do a thug act.
It wasn't like that. Though.
No, that was bad, bro. That he gets 4 weeks minimum, I think, personally. Because Genwell said, "What are your thoughts on the bump?" That's me personally. I think when you're going front on like that to someone with a bump, it's fine if you go. We do it in soccer, body to body, even like. But when their body's showing, the damage you can do to someone internally, that's just not the concussion. That, here is next level. Like, you could puncture a lung, you could do something to the heart, you could break, they're saying 3 weeks, Genwell reckons. Oh, man, it should be minimum 4, I think, personally. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. Is it like a spear tackle, Genwell says? Well, a spear tackle wouldn't be as bad, because a spear, you'd be like hugging them. A shoulder, if John hits me with his shoulder on my chest, I'm fucked. And vice versa. If I did that to you at full pace, it doesn't matter if you're 5 foot, you do it to a 6 foot, like you're gonna hurt them. Like it's because you're so solid here, bro. Like it's. But anyway, in saying that, I hope he gets. I said to Chris, I don't think he plays for Port ever again, because I think he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I think Colton is sniffing around now.
So, but anyway, in saying that, whoever just subbed to the channel, thank you very much for that sub. I guess the boys are recording the footy show, so it won't be live tomorrow, but it will air tomorrow because Chris is at work and John's here. Wednesday night, we're going to try to do some gaming. I don't know if John wants to come along. He can, because Chris is going to be at work.
Yeah, maybe I might. Depends what game you're playing.
Yeah, well, we did COD last week, and I put Chris. We did a screen share, so his screen was in the top corner as well. It was wicked.
Oh, I might try it out.
So we'll try to do that. Maybe some COD.
I gotta get my computer working again, though. That's the problem.
We'll sort that out, though. We'll get John's computer. And then, yeah, from there on, I don't know. We'll be back with Premier League, obviously, next week and on the weekend and everything. But thanks, everyone, for coming in. Peace.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are disgusting, damn. He said Leeds is superior, and Genwell says you're disgusting. Zakal says take care to everyone. We'll leave on that. Thanks, Zakal. Take it easy.
Yeah, boys.